Let's now bring in former chief of the FBI counter-drone unit, Rob D'Amico, who's now a security consultant. Rob, good morning to you. I can only imagine what this mountain of weapons actually looked like if it was the largest the FBI's ever gotten their hands on. Just talk about the significance of that first.
Well, I think it goes to, like, they caught someone in the planning stage, thank God, because he actually has the means to start doing things. He has the weapons. He has the knowledge to start making these. Even though he lost 3 fingers, he's not that good, but he's gotten better. But I think he's really dangerous. I think you're combining some probably psychological mental health issues with the means to start doing something. And then I think it was just going to start rounding about to the point where he actually took action, and they got him before that. So hopefully the judge, even though he did release him with the electronic monitoring, but he's now going back to consider the government saying he's a danger, and I think he is. He's a danger to his family, having explosives like that in his refrigerator alone.
Yeah, with kids able to access it too. You mentioned that he lost 3 fingers. It sounds like as he was trying to just build this cache of weapons. And most of it sounds like, was pipe bombs. How easy are those to make, and how quickly can you make that amount of weapons?
I think he's been doing it over time, but there's lots of YouTube videos, and especially on some of these encrypted chats like Discord and stuff, telling people how to make them. They are kind of easy, but we do kind of monitor things when a lot of the material gets sold somewhere. There's things in place to alert. Luckily, the neighbor here caught on to it and was willing to do enough to get that search warrant to find this stuff. It's not hard to make. Sometimes it's hard to weaponize, but I think he was down that road. But the fact that he had a wearable vest and he had plans and he was training, he was wanting to take a sniper course. I think they caught a very dangerous person well before that he had the ability to act.
Yeah, it's just frightening what they might have stopped. The other part that Alina just brought up is he's reportedly linked to this far-right group or far-right ideology called No Lives Matter. Tell us more about that group, and was that a group that was ever on your radar at the FBI?
It wasn't on my radar. The later stages after I got off the hostage rescue team, I wasn't doing any of the tactical stuff against groups like this, because when you do look at doing something, you really have to do a lot of planning. But I think these groups have expounded quite a bit since 2016. Some of them feel there's all kinds of different triggers for them. And I think some of them are going to get even further enabled to a point. They think that the new administration may be on their side. But the problem is, I think they get into paranoia, and anybody that doesn't do something that they think is going to help their cause, they'll target. And I think that's the dangerous part. They feel enabled by some of the other support that they're seeing.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point. Last question before I let you go. Every time a story like this breaks, I'm like, how do you become this person, right? I mean, this was a group that promotes self-harm, animal abuse. How do you go so far down that dark rabbit hole to become that person? What's typically the profile?
Well, they're looking for someone to blame for a lot of their problems, things that they don't like. And it's actually the same as some of the terrorist recruiting. I saw it in the white supremacy movements that when I was doing undercover that we were looking at going at, they have all this anger and they want to vent it to someone. It's got to be someone else's fault. And then they get a charismatic leader or leaders that start putting out the information of who to blame and how to blame them. And they get in these deep holes. They get on the internet and they get idolized. So it is the same as a terrorist group. You know, they're looking for those people to blame on stuff, and then they focus all their efforts on it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.